eliminate that block. Now, when I discovered this, I had a success rate in treating other phobics besides my first case that I mentioned earlier of about 40%, about 4 out of 10. But with this reversal correction, it more than doubled the success rate because so many people had a block and the treatment just couldn't work on it. So we correct this block. As I say, it's about 30 seconds. And lo and behold, the treatment didn't work. So it's a very important discovery, and not only for this field of psychotherapy that interests me so much, but it's been used in chiropractic, medicine, acupuncture, where they can increase their success rate with whatever they're doing. We've had increased sales techniques, by the way, by using that. Athletes have used it who had in athletics, they call it a slump, an athletic slump. But that's a reversal, and that can be corrected. We've done that with a number of athletes and improved their performance. Salespeople, top salespeople, we've been able to shoot their performance.
Just by correcting the psychological reversal.
Just that alone can do a great deal, yes.
Let's go now to the portion where I'm going to share with you the exact, simple, step-by-step procedure that you can apply right now to handle the problem that you need to handle. What I want to share with you now is a simple step-by-step procedure that you will apply anytime you have an addictive urge. Now, the first thing I want you to understand is when do you apply this particular technique. This technique is fast, effective, and it works. The reason it works is it gets at the energy field level. Dr. Callahan's techniques now are called thought field therapy because we deal with the thought field. What you're going to do, first of all, is you need to think about your problem. Now, this particular technique is applied when you have the uncontrollable urge to do what you're trying to stop doing. That could be smoking, overeating, or any type of compulsive or addictive behavior. What I want to recommend to you, if you're a smoker or someone who wants to lose weight or quit anything, is get yourself a buddy or a twin and do this together. And the goal that you should have for yourself, the commitment that you should make, is not to quit smoking or not to lose weight. It should be any time that you have this compulsion, this addictive urge, this overwhelming, uncontrollable desire to do that which you don't want to do, that you will do this procedure first. That's the commitment that you should make. A lot of people get the wrong idea and say, well, I'm going to make a commitment to stop smoking. Well, that's a very difficult commitment to make because quitting smoking can be very challenging until you use this technique. So what you should do is say, anytime I have the uncontrollable urge, whether it be eating or smoking, whatever, that I will do this procedure. Then, if I want to smoke, if I want to eat, go ahead and eat and enjoy it. Go ahead and smoke and enjoy it. What you will find, though, that this particular technique can totally eliminate that addictive urge. Now, the first thing you need to do is be thinking about your problem. Let's assume that you're a smoker and you want to smoke a cigarette. The next time that you want to smoke that cigarette, you have your buddy with you. Make sure that you do this procedure before you smoke it. You look at that cigarette and ask yourself a question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how bad do I want to smoke this cigarette? That's the first thing you have to do. You need to rate yourself on a scale. 10 being totally overwhelming, and 1 being no urge at all. So on a scale of 1 to 10, where's your urge? Let's assume it's a 9. It's very strong. What you do now is you're going to go through this particular tapping procedure, keeping in mind that the root cause of all addiction is stress and anxiety. Now, what's occurred when you're at an 8 or a 9 or a 10 and you have this uncontrollable urge is there's a field. The thought field is brought up and is flowing through the body. In this thought field, as Dr. Callahan mentioned, there are perturbations, there's energy, there's some type of problem in the field. What we're going to do is a specific algorithm, a specific procedure that goes in a specific sequence, working with acupressure points that will break up the perturbations in the thought field and totally eliminate the stress and anxiety and totally eliminate the addictive urge. So I want you to follow along with me as I show you this simple step-by-step procedure. So the first thing you need to do is think about your problem. Think about how wonderful that cigarette's going to be. Or think about how wonderful that ice cream or pizza, whatever the addiction is. Then rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. How bad is it? So if you have an urge right now, that would be good. You can just walk along this. We can walk through this with me. Let's assume you have an 8 or a 9 urge. Now, what I want you to do is take these 2 fingers, and I want you to tap on your collarbone. Now, this point is right by the small of the neck. Go down about 1 inch and over about 1 inch, right here in the tip of your collarbone, and just lightly tap about 4 to 5 or 6 times. Now, tap under the eye. where you tap right here, just directly straight under the eye, about an inch, and you simply tap 4 to 6 good taps. Now tap under your arm. It's about 4 inches under the armpit, right about even with where the brow line would be. Now tap on the collarbone again. Now I want you to tap on the back of your hand. If you take these 2 fingers, your small finger here, in this V, right on the back of your hand, take 2 fingers and tap this. As you're tapping this, you consistently tap it. You're going to move your eyes. Now follow along with me. Keep your eyes open. Now you shut your eyes. Open your eyes and look down to the right. Look down to the left. Roll your eyes in a circle. Go the other way. Now hum out loud. Count to 5 out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hum again. Now, tap on the collarbone. Tap under your eye. Tap under your arm. Tap on the collarbone. That's it. What this particular procedure did is break up the thought field. Now, at this point, one of 3 things have occurred. If I would ask you right now, if I was working with you and had you do this, I would say, on a scale of 1 to 10, where's your urge? It's either one of 3 things. It's either at a 1 or a 0. It's either totally gone, in which case you're done with the treatment. Or you'd say, Kevin, it didn't move. It was a 9, and it's still a 9. Or it was a 7, and it's still a 7. There was no change whatsoever. Or you'll say, Kevin, well, it was a 9, and it's reduced. Now it's about a 5, but it's still not a 0. If it went down some, or if it went down none, you have what we call a psychological reversal. And as Dr. Callahan mentioned, psychological reversal is very significant. Let me share with you a little bit about psychological reversal. Psychological reversal, as Dr. Callahan mentioned, was his first discovery and really probably the most profound discovery. It's an actual polarity change in the body, where instead of moving forward to our benefits, things that will help us, we actually move in the opposite direction. And there's an actual physical polarity change in the body. Now, if you're a business professional or a salesman, we call that being in a slump, having maybe shooting ourselves in the foot, having a death wish. People just don't seem to make it happen. We have this, we're actually reversed. We can be reversed in many areas, and the reversal causes this particular treatment, as well as any other treatment, not to work. So if you have the reversal, there are 3 different types of reversals that we will be fixing. The first one is called a straight psychological reversal. Now that's fixed by, on your hand, on this part of the hand, right where you're about to do a karate chop, you take these 2 fingers, and you're going to be tapping this part of the hand. Now as you tap this part of the hand, you'll say out loud 3 times, I accept myself even though I have these problems. I accept myself even though I have this problem. I accept myself even though I have this problem. It's very important the specific words that you use as you're doing the tapping. That's going to fix your psychological reversal. If you have a mini reversal, now you fix the mini reversal this way. Same part of the hand, but the words you use are different. You say, I accept myself even though I still have some of these problems. I accept myself even though I still have some of these problems. I accept myself even though I still have some of these problems. The third type of reversal is what we call a reoccurring reversal. And a reoccurring reversal is on your upper chest. If you take your hand and start to push, you'll find a part, it's a little different on everyone, that's a little bit more tender or sore as opposed to the other parts. Once you find that, you're going to rub this. And as you rub it, you say out loud, I accept myself even though I have these problems. I accept myself even though I have these problems. I accept myself even though I have these problems. 3 times. So those are the 3 types of reversals. The psychological reversal, the mini reversal, and the reoccurring reversal. When do you apply each one? If your points, if you are on your scale of 1 to 10, did not move at all, then you fix the reversal. If your points went down from, let's say, a 9 to a 5, you had some improvement, but not all the way, then you fix the mini reversal. If it didn't go, and then later on, if the problem continued to reoccur, you'll see on the flow chart, that's when you fix the reoccurring reversal. Now we have a little bit of understanding about psychological reversal. So let's go back. We did our tapping procedure, and one of 3 things happened. Either you're completely down from a 9 or whatever you were, down to a 0, the urges are gone, and you're through with the treatment. Or you had some improvement. It went down maybe from a 7 or an 8 down to a 3 or a 4. Or the third thing is you had no improvement at all. You were a 9 and now it's still a 9. If you had no improvement, then you fix your reversal, which which means you tap here and you say, I accept myself even though I still have these problems. I accept myself even though I have this problem, and so forth. If you had some improvement, you fix the mini reversal. You say, I accept myself even though I still have some of these problems. And again, on the sheet that comes along with the tape, we have the specific words. Once you fix your reversal, we do the tapping procedure again. Simply tap on your collarbone, tap under your eye, tap under your arm, tap on your collarbone, tap here in the 9 gamut point, do the eye movements, eyes open, close, look down to the right, to the left, in a circle, go the other way, hum a tune, count to 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hum again, and then tap here, 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 here. By the way, that's how fast you do it. That's how quick you do it. Now I have to ask you, if you're following along with me, one of 3 things will happen at this point. Either now, on a scale of 1 to 10, the urge is totally gone. If you wanted that cigarette, you look at that cigarette now and say, Kevin, I don't want it. The urge is now 0 or 1. It's totally gone. Or you say, Kevin, it didn't move. It was a 7. It's still a 7. Or you say, Kevin, it was a 7. Now it's about a 2 or a 3. The same thing occurred. You had some improvement where you had none at all. This time, if you're not at a 0 at this particular point, as you'll see on the flow chart, you have what we call a reoccurring reversal. The reoccurring reversal, as we showed, is fixed by looking for the sore spot, rubbing it, and saying, I accept myself even though I have these problems. I accept myself even though I have these problems. I accept myself even though I have these problems. Now we continue with the treatment. Tap here, tap here, tap here, tap here. Do your 9 gamut treatment. The circle the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tap here, tap here, tap here, tap here. Now you're through. One of 3 things occurred. You have no urge whatsoever. It's totally gone. Or you had some reduction or no reduction at all. If you had some reduction or no reduction, basically if you're not at a 0, if you're not totally had the urge gone, now you have to do the next part of the treatment, which is what we call collarbone breathing. By the way, at this point, virtually everyone has the urge at 0. It's very rare that you continue to go all these different steps. And we do have the flow chart where we show you all the steps that you could go through. The commitment, as I mentioned, is just follow all these steps all the way through. If you do that every single time you have the urge, within a 21-day period, you may never get the urge again. It's all different upon different people. For me, one treatment lasted 6 months before I had the urge again to smoke a cigar. Every person's different. But you have the tool now that you can apply anytime you need it. Let me share with you now the next step if you're still not at a 0, which is called collarbone breathing. It's very simple, just takes a few minutes. What you do is you take one hand and touch your collarbone point on this part of your body. With the other hand, you're going to be tapping the gamut spot, which is right here. As you tap, you're going to do this series of breathing. First, you breathe in all the way and hold it. Now you breathe out half. Hold. You breathe out all the way. Hold. You breathe in half again. Hold. That's the breathing sequence. You bring it all the way in. Hold. Half out. Hold. Half all the way out. Hold. Half in. Hold. While you're tapping the gamut spot. Then you go over here and do the same thing. Now, you do the exact same thing, but you take your 2 knuckles and you're going to be touching the collarbone point while you're tapping the gamut spot. And you do the same breathing sequence. Over here. Now repeat the procedure with the other hand. That's called the collarbone breathing. It's very simple, very quick procedure. Use each hand on both parts with your fingers and your knuckles, using that specific breathing sequence. What this does, it allows the process to actually work. It opens up your collarbone points, which many times can get jammed. So use this exercise at this point in the sequence. Now again, with this package, you do have a flow chart, which shows you when you need to use a particular point. All right, at this point, after you've done the collarbone breathing, we need to continue with the process. So tap here, tap under the eye, under the arm, collarbone, do the 9 gamut treatments, eyes open, close, look down to the right, to the left, in a circle, go the other way, hum out loud, Count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hum again. Collarbone, eye, arm, collarbone. At this point, where are you on a scale of 1 to 10? If your urge is not completely gone at a 0, then do the recurring reversal fix, which is looking for the sore spot, rubbing it, and saying out loud 3 times, I accept myself even though I still have this problem. I accept myself even though I have this problem. I accept myself even though I have this problem. And now tap again. Collarbone, eye, arm, collarbone, 9 gamut. Eyes open, closed, down to the right, to the left, in a circle, go the other way, hum. Count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hum again. Collarbone, eye, arm, collarbone. Now, at this point, if you're not at a 0, then the only other option is telephone treatment, which I'll explain in just a few minutes. But most people at this particular point will be at a 0. Now, I just want to tell you this about using this technique and this treatment. You can use this treatment as much as you want, as many times as you want throughout the day. Most people, one treatment, people will see dramatic benefits. But I want to encourage you, use this treatment anytime the urge comes back. If you are consistent for 21 days, every single time you have the urge, which you're trying to eliminate, to use this treatment. Whether you smoke or eat afterwards is not the issue. Every single time you have the urge to do this treatment first, within 21 days, you'll see that the urges are almost completely gone and could last forever. But you do have a tool now that you can apply anytime you want to get rid of the addictive urge. Let's share with you a little bit about telephone treatment.
Thank you, Kevin. This was Kevin Trudeau, and now he was the elite. He has spent many years traveling with leaders of countries, celebrities, many people. He learnt the secrets of the highest levels of Freemasonry and beyond that at the Brotherhood. And you can learn from him many things, asking questions on his YouTube channel, which you can find on YouTube, which is Kevin Trudeau, and he's got another YouTube channel, Kevin Trudeau Show, or Guru Kev. Go and like his videos, listen to him, do what he says if you want. Enjoy. If you've got any addictions, urges, or if you do stuff that you don't want to do, try these techniques that Kevin and Dr. Callahan has shown you today. Go and visit Kevin's website, the official Kevin Trudeau fanclub.com. Like his videos, he needs your help and support. He was one of the elite, a billionaire himself he was, and now he's left the dark side and now he's working for us. So go and visit him, ask him anything, look after him.